get warmed up tonight?
Well, see, because I ain't playing, so I had a 3-shot minimum today. So I took one for me, I took one for Big Breath, and I got one for Little Breath.
You hold the ball in one hand and hold the 3 shots of Hennessy in the other. I love it.
That's what I got 2 hands for.
Eli's doing his shot of Hennessy right now, so he'll be back with us in a few minutes.
Hey, man, make sure hey, Eli, pull me up one.
It's a picture of you and Peyton, and it looks like, did you dump the bucket of Gatorade on Peyton after his Hall of Fame speech? What is going on there?
A Gatorade shower. There's no better way to celebrate than a Gatorade shower.
By the way, congratulations on knowing how many downs in a series against the Bears. That's big improvement for you coming out of last year's game. Way to go, pal.
A lot's changing here. More just another year of experience.
Jeff Saturday loved the double tap. He loved me constantly spanking him, right? He preferred the double silent count as opposed to one. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, keep it on. Keep it on. You're wearing the same sweater as me.
Oh, that's very funny. Jeff, he's selling you out there.
It's total lies and fabrication. This is what Peyton, I guarantee you, he practiced that story a number of times in front of the mirror, and he pitched it to Eli pre-show, pitched it to Ashley, his wife, pre-show. What do you think? You think this is hysterical? I'm going with it. That's what he does.
Seemed very off the cuff. Seemed like it occurred to him in the moment.
Everything about Peyton's off the cuff. Believe that. Just believe that.
Did it happen and you didn't like it? Was he overestimating the extent to which you enjoyed it? That's what I want to know. It's a very enjoyable show.
He's looking for more followers. That's what he's doing. He's trying to get his tweet game right, like me. He's trying to get my tweet game. You know what I mean?
The observation that I continue to come back to is they do always look like they're dressed to be coming to your house for Thanksgiving, right? They're coming to the house for Thanksgiving.
I demand that you get revenge at some point on your Twitter account later today.
No.
At Saturday, Jeff, you tweet out revenge.
Everyone's going to get revenge here against Peyton Manning.
My takeaway is
13 minutes. Yeah.
My takeaway is Marshawn Lynch should never not be on TV. That's my takeaway from last night.
Perfect cap to that. In the meantime, we see Tom Brady. And what can you say? He is on the verge now of doing things that even he himself has never done, that even Peyton never did, as you see counting his way towards the single-season touchdown record, which he is on pace to break even if they weren't playing 17 games. And so my question to you, Dominique, I'll start with you. Is this, he's 44 years old, is this the best Tom Brady has ever played?
My knee-jerk reaction is no, but then I started thinking about it, and he's doing everything better than he did before.
Mm-hmm.
He's more accurate, he's more athletic than he was before. He's making better decisions than he ever has before. Now, granted, he's surrounded by a better offense than he's had for most of his career, so some of that is part of this, but he's playing as well as we've ever seen anybody play this game at 44 years old. It's mind-blowing. The rest of the league needs to hope that this defense doesn't get right, or that he wears down towards the end of the season the way I do towards the end of most days, because that's what happens when you're old.
There's no obvious reason to expect that. He's not giving us any. Marcus, is he the MVP of the league?
Yeah, man. Damn. Yeah. Bro, what are we we literally living in something that we probably never see again. Honestly, we might not ever see this ever again in our lifetime. And I'm not talking about Super Bowls. I'm talking about the high level of play at 44. The whole game has gotten faster, y'all. The game has gotten faster. Defensive linemen have gotten faster. Defensive ends have gotten faster. Linebackers, everybody. And this dude is standing in the pocket, throwing the ball around the yard like it's 7-on-7. And here's the greatest thing about Tom. The greatest thing about Tom Brady, since he's been in Tampa, is the effect that he has on guys that are also going to get gold jackets. I believe Mike Evans going to end up in Canton, and Antonio Brown going to end up in Canton. And we ain't heard one of them say, give me the damn ball. We ain't heard one of them complain about touches, about carries, about nothing. You see this team functioning clearly because 12 is everybody is under the assumption he going to get us involved. Just wait.
Give me a quick thought.
That's the biggest thing. We talk about valuable, right? He changed the way that team feels about itself. He changed the way individual players on that team feel about themselves. And there's tremendous value to that. Plus, he's really playing very well. I mean, that's the other thing.
Listen, he's the MVP. There's no doubt in my mind. This guy, he has played better than every other quarterback. He's leading in every statistical category. You think about 21 touchdowns, 3 picks. 2 of them were in week 1, by the way, and the other one was off his receiver's hands because we love to give everybody excuses for tips and all that kind of thing. So you look at what he's doing, and again, to what everybody's point about his leadership, I said it when he went there. This guy changes the culture of an organization. It's not just offense. Listen, he's on the field a third of the time. You got defense and special teams. Everybody gets better when he's there. He pushes his teammates to be the best they can be.
He's made them the glamour team in American sports right now. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are the glamour team in American sports right now.
He's a warm weather quarterback now.
He the old dude at the rec center. He the old dude at the rec center you can't beat. You just can't beat him.
No one can beat him. All right, we'll leave that thought there for the moment. Let me get to some basketball. We'll have much more on the NFL as we go, but let me run the floor. And it begins with the Nets. With no signs of the situation with Kyrie being resolved anytime soon, Brooklyn got back to 500 at 2-2 with a 14-point win over Washington yesterday. KD had 25, James Harden only 14. Giannis and the Bucks got their 3rd win of the season behind the Finals MVP's game-high 30. Chris Middleton had 27. Milwaukee dominating Indiana last night. The Celtics and the Hornets wind up in overtime. But take a look at the dunk by Jaylen Brown, putting the finishing touches on what was ultimately an 11-point win for Boston. He had 30. Jason Tatum, who's heating up, led the way with 41. And don't look now, but the Bulls are 4-0 for the first time since Michael Jordan played for them. DeMar DeRozan had 26. Zach LaVine 22. They beat Toronto by 3. They're the last remaining unbeaten team in the Eastern Conference. And Tim Legler gets up with us early here this morning. And people will point to the fact they haven't played a lot of good teams, or any good teams really yet, we wouldn't think. And they have a bunch of them coming up. But I will ask the question. Are the Bulls a contender in the Eastern Conference?
I don't know if I'd go there yet. Look, I played 10 years in the league in the 90s. I saw 6 parades in Chicago during that time, okay, as an opposing player. I don't think we're there yet. But here's the thing. It does matter who you play. I mean, you can't ignore that. When you play teams that collectively, and there are 4 wins, those teams are 2-9. All right, you can't ignore that, Greedy. But you know what else matters? How you play. And when I look at their roster right now, when you look at the key ingredients you have to have, offensively in particular, you've got a big-time elite wing athlete in Zach LaVine, who's been putting up numbers in this league for a while. You go out, you add now another guy, DeMar DeRozan, you can run the game through. He controls the game with his pace. He gets to the line. He's a great mid-range player. You have to have that in your offense. You have an elite-level talent offensively in Nick Vucevic, so you answer that. You've got a big that can finish around the rim, can step out and shoot the basketball. And then most importantly for me, you now have 2 guys at the point guard position in Lonzo Ball, who's just a ball hopper. He exists for one reason, to make you look better as a teammate. And then they get Alex Caruso, who I just think you cannot overstate what grit and toughness and competitiveness can do for your locker room. You bring in